How y'all doing? This is Brian from B&B Exotics. I just wanted to videotape one of my up-and-coming females. This is the Ember. It is the cross of a raptor bred to a Murphy's Paralus. And you take those babies and breed them together, and you create this beautiful yellowish pastel color with red eyes Ember. I don't know if the lighting is picking this up, but she is such a beautiful Leo. I really like the color. I think that she will be a very good addition to one of my projects. And yeah, I wanted to touch base about comments and emails that I've got relating to the post on the Facebook group, The Gecko Blog. I know Gary Ortner, his wife Laura, Jeff Scott, JC Reptiles, Marsha McGinnis, Ivani, Joshua Bosick, whatever his name is, he's a jerk. They were on there just bashing me, talking about how I threaten people, how I'm a menace, and talking about my past records and how the trouble that I was in when I was younger. We all have a past, and yes, I was not a saint. No, I wasn't. And yes, I have been to jail before. Wow. First black man in America to go to jail. Whoa. Okay, let's get past that. I know the reason they're saying this. I know the reason Marsha McGinnis is so upset. And it is because of the stuff and the lies that I know about her telling me about Kelly at Hiss, and about her making up stories and lies about certain animals she owned. First lie. When I first contacted her to buy Murphy's Paralus, she lied about her blizzards. She told me Pat Klein tainted her line, he messed her up, she trusted him, and he sold her a blizzard that was Tremper. Me being who I am, and how I felt, I called Pat up and asked and questioned him, why would you do this? Okay? I don't know if she didn't know I was, but the type of man I am, if I think that if you're a friend to me, and if I can help you or if I can back you up in any type of way, that's just who I am. So when I called him, it took her by surprise because she made it all up. Pat never sold her an animal. She did not test her own lines. She tainted her blizzards. The truth came out, and that's the bottom line. Okay, we let that go. She had a Super Snow Paralus Rainwater, okay, male, and then a Max Snow Paralus Rainwater female on her site this fall. I put those animals on hold and paid for about 8 other animals. You can look in my past videos and see the shipment I got from the Gold Gate Geckos. When I put those animals on hold, she told me she's never bred them. She was going to breed them this season, but she got sick, and they just been sitting. So she decided to put them up so someone can have them to work with projects. The story, and then I find out a partner of mine's down here in Columbus, a professional breeder that is not on forums and doesn't do Facebook. This is an older fella. He's bought and invested in those Hiss animals and has been hatching out raptors out of her bale stuff. All right? I told a couple people about it. They ran with it, and the truth came out. Now, 8 months later, Gary Ortner and his wife test their animals, and the stuff that I had put out there a year ago that everybody called me a hater on, everybody said, how do you know, who are you, and Kelly's been breeding animals before you were born. I'm sorry. I'm 40 years old, and just because you own a farm and you've been scamming people for years doesn't make you, tough. You're not really nothing to me. All right. I asked who bred the animals, the rainwaters. Okay, she has them on her site. She says, "Oh, I have to check my records. I don't know. I'll get back with you." Come to find out, Kelly bred the animals. Marsha didn't want to have to explain herself, so she sent me my animals I paid for, plus two Tangelos slash Sunglows. Tangelos crossed into Sunglow, her Sunglow line. Okay? And the Tangelos were from Ron Trimper. And she added a tab onto it. I called her. I said, "Hey, so those animals, yes, they were bred by Kelly. So I just went ahead and sent the Tangelo Sunglows." I said, "Cool, that's fine, but I see there's a balance." "Oh, don't worry about it. Pay it when you can. I know you're good." Now, mind you, I just spent $1,000 with her within 30 days. So, all right. That tells you that, I am a man of my word. I say, okay. I asked her about the animals that I didn't get. Well, who bred them? She said, yeah, they came from Kelly. She bred them, and, but their babies looked all right. I bred them last season, and the babies were beautiful babies. And then I think, hold up, you told me you never bred them, that you were too sick, and you planned on doing it, but you didn't, and you don't have anything off of them when I first asked about them. Oh, I'm sorry. I deal with so many animals, and just found all types of excuses. Now, to tell you, I really don't mind a person that, gets, busy, caught up in things like that. But the way that it looked to me and the way that I felt is that she was trying to push those animals up off on somebody because she knew what they were. All right? She told me so much information about her and Kelly, how Kelly loses her mind once a month because of a situation, a very, very terrible situation that happened with her and her family. And she told me how our two lines of her bowed stripes, they don't know where they came from, but they were some beautiful animals. Okay, you don't know where they came from, so they could be jacked up too. All right, that tells you about her bowed stripes, rainwaters. All right. And the whole time, she's running her mouth. I'm listening. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. She's high on pills. Probably didn't had some wine. And she's just blabbing her mouth off about everybody and anybody. All right. Make a long story short, we fall out because she calls me one day on a rampage. "You're going to give me your credit card number, and I'm going to run it right now to pay your balance of $150, and then our dealings are done." I said, "Hold up, what's going on?" "You're going to get me your credit card," and just start going off. Hold on. Now, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you've got the wrong man if you think that you're going to tell me and demand that I give you my credit card number. So I just took it as an insult and told her to kiss my ass. Okay. She ended up sending me a very cold, disrespectful email and copied Matt Boronik and David Fine Geckos on it. The thing is, she's kind of dated, and she didn't know how to hide the copies. Yeah, she wanted to bash me in front of and to come to find out, while I got the email, I was on the phone with David Fine Geckos. All right, I told him to look at this crazy email. If you think I'm lying, you can call and you can contact him and even ask him. All right, and it's just, some of these people wanted to say, really had it in their heart to make it right, but they didn't quite have the balls to bring it up. Me, I bring things up. I put things out there. That's just the type of man I am. I've always been that way, straightforward, to the point. And if I spot, shadiness, I'm going to let it be known, because why wouldn't I? Say later on, I'll keep letting it go on. Say if I want to invest in a different albino strand, I go purchase me some rainwaters, and they're coming from messed up people that didn't care. So that's why I put the truth out there. It's not to bash anybody. It's not to bring anybody down. It's just to let the new breeder know to watch and do research and check before you purchase animals. All right? Now, back to Gary Ortner and his wife. Gary owed big money to a very big company. He's up buying white and yellows, radars, atomics from Matt, but he owes another big breeder thousands. Okay, now where does that make any sense? And where is that being a stand-up man? Then his wife threatens me and sends me messages all the time, racial remarks, that I'm a crack dealer, that I'm a bum, that I beat women, that I do this, I do that. And it's just harassment. I have lawyers on top of it right now. And from the thread that they posted the other day in the Gecko blog is perfect good evidence that they are slandering, belittling, and trying to destroy my reputation. This is Brian from B&B Exotics. If anyone wants to really know the truth about things, if I know it, I tell it. I don't play when it comes to these geckos, all right? I'm not in it like so-and-so is that's going to be producing 200 to 300 animals, and half of them are tainted. But he's going to be producing all these animals with a 1.3 group. Come on. This guy is a joke, literally. They're jokes. The ones that were on that thread, I've gotten so many messages and so many emails that these guys are just jealous. I just can't believe it. And I haven't even, I really wish I could keep all my animals, but I can't. So I'm forced to sell some very well-bred trimpers, sunglows, trimper, raptors, anything that has to do with trimper. I do not own any other albino strand. And I have a couple crosses, all right? Blood Hypo, the Atomic, and a Gem Snow white and yellow that I got from Saddleback. Plus, I've invested into some Marble Eyes, the Marble Eye Mint Project. But I'll let y'all know a little bit more about that later on. I just wanted to set the story straight. And please contact Brian at B&B Exotics. Leave me a comment, and I would definitely tell anyone the whole story of how I was misled, and I just didn't take it as a grain of salt. I wanted to know the truth behind it. All right? Y'all have a nice day, and I'll talk to y'all later.